Hi, I'm Rebecca F. Pittman. I make my living as an author writing about the paranormal and true crime. And during the course of writing 6 different books on the most haunted places in America, I would say the most haunted places I've been is Lemp Mansion.
The Lemp Mansion, one of the most famously feared places in St. Louis.
It's because of the hauntings and the suicides. There was a gentleman who came from Germany, started the whole thing.
The mansion was the family's home and the headquarters of their brewing company, ranked among the top 10 in the country.
It was the largest brewery in St. Louis. There were 36 in the town at the time, and controlled most of the St. Louis beer market, a position it held until Prohibition.
They introduced lager beer to America and became very wealthy because of it. Even with all of the wealth, 3 members of the Lemp family committed suicide within the walls over the decades. And young Elsa Lemp, who became heir to the fortune when her parents died, was also found shot in the heart in her own mansion 10 minutes away.
Her husband claimed it was suicide, although friends said that she wasn't melancholy. When her brother heard the news, Billy said, "Well, that's the Lemp family for you."
The Lemp Brewery houses 27 buildings, still standing since 1864.
Not only was this brewery founded on top of the Cherokee cave system, but so was Anheuser-Busch.
The caverns were finished out with floors and ceilings, and they were used to store beer. They are incredibly large caverns. Woo! A majority of the cave has been sealed off or destroyed when Highway 55 was constructed. Stories still surface from time to time about the Lemp family and the caves. Now you know what lies beneath the Lemp Brewery and why people are trying to escape to the surface.
I hear stories from some of the boarders that haunted things were happening. According to me, there's at least 9 spirits here in this house. Zeke, the little boy, inside the bathroom there's a set of French doors and he hides behind those doors.
I was scared. I didn't know what noises belonged to the house, which ones were new, because I'd never been there. And sometime around midnight, 12:30, I woke up and my first thought was something is kicking the bed. A few minutes later, it stopped. I must have fallen asleep because the next thing I remembered was like something was sitting by my feet, and there embedded in the blanket are 2 perfect footprints that looked the size of a child.
My wife used to work here, and so this is kind of more her story than mine, but she said she was cleaning out a bathtub and heard somebody call her name, and so she said, "I'm in here," and so she felt somebody walk up behind her and heard footsteps come into the room, and so she assumed it was me, heard a man's voice, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm in here," and she started talking. So she turns around, nobody's there, she comes downstairs, so what's going on?
I was peeking in one of the rooms down here setting up for my tour just a few weeks ago, and well, okay, everything looks here, and I turned real quickly to go, and there was somebody standing right behind me, but they dissipated really quickly. I'd feel something and turn around, there's no one there. I heard someone walking around the bed. I knew it wasn't my partner there, and it kept walking and walking and circling and circling.
And I came back, and my sister and my nephew were spending the night with me that night. We went to sleep. My nephew's on the couch in the room. And at 5:15, I woke up because I had to get on an airplane. And out in the hallway, I hear 2 gunshots, dog bark. And it was literally bang, bang, roar. Super loud. My nephew raised up. I said, "Bo, did you hear those gunshots?" He goes, "No, but I heard a dog." I said, "You did?" He goes, "Yeah, a really big one." I found out that the last Lemp to shoot himself in the mansion was Charles Lemp, and he shot his dog first because he didn't want to leave it alone.
It's a haunted place that you can come into and relax. You can eat here, you can have a drink in the bar. It's a very casual atmosphere. And most haunted places that you go to are just that, a haunted place, and you go in with a guide or so forth. You don't have freedom to walk around, and that makes it really unique.
It is an inn and restaurant. You can spend the night. It has been restored to its former beer baron dynasty, where you feel like you are living in the Gilded Age. And while it's a privilege to be there, it is incredibly haunted. When people ask me, what's my takeaway from this? Yeah, I am afraid when it's happening, but I never feel like anything's going to hurt me. But I'll tell you something. When you're all alone in these places, and like I said, I have been at the Stanley, at the Myrtles, at Lizzie Borden's, Salem, and you're pretty brave when everyone's around, but when they leave and it's dark, it's scary.